SpongeBob was the happiest cartoon you ever watched, but something always felt slightly off. You couldn't name it as a kid, but your gut felt it. SpongeBob wasn't just a cartoon, it was depression wearing a smile. And nobody talked about it. Until now. Stay with me. This is going to change how you see everything. Bikini Bottom was a place where nothing made sense. Everyone was stuck doing the same thing every single day. And in the middle of it all, one character who smiled through everything. That smile was the first warning sign. Psychologists call it toxic positivity. Happiness performed to cover pain. SpongeBob smiled when he failed, smiled when he was rejected, smiled when he was humiliated. That's not optimism, that's a coping mechanism that stopped working. Every morning he woke up excited, regardless of how badly yesterday went. He reset every single day, like nothing ever accumulated. Now let's talk about Squidward, the character we were told to laugh at. Squidward had unfulfilled dreams, creative talent nobody appreciated, and neighbors who drained him. That's not a villain, that's high-functioning depression with artistic ambitions. He saw his life clearly and was miserable because of it. That's called insight. The show made us laugh at him for it. Think about what that taught us. We were trained to mock the one who felt too much. Bikini Bottom was a world that never changed. Nobody grew, nobody left. Every episode ended exactly where it started. Progress was impossible. Mr. Krabs monetized misery. He owned everything and everyone. Sandy was the outsider who never truly belonged and paid for it daily. Patrick was used as comedy, but his portrayal was actually deeply uncomfortable. These weren't just cartoon characters, they were archetypes of adult suffering. You watched this as a child and absorbed every single pattern. You learned to smile through things that deserved sadness. You learned that sadness makes you the villain, that Squidward was the problem. You learned that the one who worked hardest got the least in return. These aren't just cartoon lessons, you're living them right now. But here's the complicated truth. SpongeBob also gave you something real. It showed you that showing up, even broken, is still showing up. It showed you friendship that stayed even when it made no sense. And somewhere in Squidward, it showed you that your unhappiness was valid. Your favorite cartoon knew more about you than you knew about yourself. SpongeBob wasn't a happy show, it was a show about trying to be happy. And maybe you related to it so much because you were doing the same thing. The show ended, but what it put in you never left. And that's the power of the stories we grew up with. They became part of us. Tell me below, which character were you, SpongeBob or Squidward?